here in the Four Corners Maiden. Right out to the lead is the Vault Legend Swamp Thing, followed by Good Gravy and Jackie Brown closely for third. Break of two, that's Mr. Mint Chestnut in fourth. Digging in, but it's all Pandora player with a half-length lead. Cheesy Hair is digging in, giving it all. She's got captain, but it's Cheesy Hair, and look out from the back. It's Bubba Kush at the wire, but not gonna get him. It's Pandora player over Bubba Kush and Cheesy Tortilla.
What's up, my Omi homies and fellow horse racing fans? It's Friday night, so it's time for some Friday night NFT horse racing on Photo Finish Live. We got the #1 race caller in the biz. We got Mo Knowz. What's up, Mo? How you doing tonight?
Yo, what up, Vault? What up, chat? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling lucky today. I got a couple new horses we're going to talk about. We got the True Stoner. He's always ready to go. Hopefully he's got some good horses this version of the beta. Daniel Marquez stopped by to say hi. We got Dane K here, says don't go in your Discord right now. New Quill. Oh no, they're going crazy on my Discord. Stay out of my Discord. It's wild in there. We got Quillies all around. Dr. Strange apparently got a new horse is what I'm hearing, and a pretty good one. What's up, Dr. Strange? What's up, Mr. Evo? All right, yeah, the chat might get a little wild. We're going to be racing some horses. We got some new horses in my stable. Mo just hooked me up maybe from somebody from the community. Said he knows somebody who can hook me up with a horse. So I was able to snipe one. It's an A+ Colt Lemon Sour Puff. And he also said he's got some extra horses to hook up anybody in the chat if they need to get some new horses. He can set them up on the market for you and you can grab them and snipe them. Another one that I sniped this week was a Park Caius. And I've been trying to make it a sprinter because I liked the stats. I saw it for like 20,000, so I figured I would pick it up. I'm gonna let Mo look at it and let him know what I'm doing wrong because I raced it about 3 times and it's getting like dead last every time. But we got a few races coming up already. We got one at 7:04, which starts in 1 minute and 22 seconds. And let's see if we got any of the homies in here. We got one of Mo's horses, Big Deeper Watsona, in here. We got True Stoner's horse, Bad Boy Boris. We got Montana from Miami Nation. We got One Tequila from Golden Stables, Danny Boy from Big Brain Stables, and Rainbow Pineapple, La Playa Farm. Shout out to the Pineapple Gang in this one. We got a bunch of A+ and A's going against a couple S-. So this could be an interesting first race of the night. It's 8 furlongs, 6 horses, and a couple of the homies in the chat are in this one. So let's see if we can get a chat room winner today. Danke says I only have 2, need a few more. I have a S-tier baller though, never going to lose. Let's go, Danke. I was lucky, man. I sniped this S-tier I talked about last week off the market, a mare too. And I paid like less than 20,000, maybe 25,000. And she's won 3 of her last 4 races. Let's go. That's my hero. I think her name's like Cheesy Hair or something. How are your horses doing so far, Mo, in version 2 of the beta?
So far pretty good. Working on some bloodlines right now. Make sure you have that race full screen beforehand so we don't have the problem like last week.
Good move.
But yeah, other than that, man, horse is doing good. The filly that's in this race is actually the horse that I won in that fantasy football contest. Doing pretty well. But yeah, man.
Nice. Good luck, Mo, in this race. Good luck, True Stoner. Anyone else in this one? We'll catch you after the race. Here we go.
Alrighty. What's going on, race fans? It's race night here. Horses are in the gate. And away they go in the Cardinal Club Stakes. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, 4, and Montana head out to the lead in front of Danny Boy, who runs along in third. And on the far outside, that's Rainbow Pineapple in fourth. Bad Boy Boris in between horses in fifth, and Dig Deeper Watsana rides the rail down in fifth here. Only about 4 lengths off the leader as they head into the clubhouse turn. And the opening quarter in 23 and change here as 1 tequila continues to show the way over Montana with about 3 lengths to make up. Then it's Danny Boy now, who circles on the outside of Montana and tries to poke a nose in front, but Montana battles back on the lead here and takes the second. And then back and forth, that's Bad Boy Boris now, as multiple horses are gaining stride here on the backstretch. And Rainbow Pineapple in fifth, and Dig Deeper Watsana still got a little bit to make up here as they make their way on the backstretch. Opening half in 48 and change, and now it's Montana who leads the way by a length over One Tequila, who runs along in second. And it's 3 wide now. Fading back here is Danny Boy with Rainbow Pineapple breathing down his neck. And Dig Deeper Watsana looks to find her stride late here as they head into the turn. In this 8-furlong affair, it's Montana now who starts to kick clear by 3 over One Tequila. Then a break of 3. Next comes a threesome of Dig Deeper Watsana and Danny Boy, followed by Pineapple. And it's One Tequila now as Montana is out of it. It's One Tequila who opens up by 2. Montana now tries to battle back on the outside. I might have spoke too soon. Danny Boy also charging. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be, Danny Boy over Montana and One Tequila in the opener.
Wow, that was a nice way to start the night. That was a close race. There was a thriller at the end. I'm not even sure which stable was the winner. Danny Boy got the win. I don't know. Is that yours, True Stoner? I know True Stoner was in it, and I know Mo's horse was at the back of the pack. It was Big Brain Stables. Montana from Miami Nation got second, and One Tequila looked like he had this race, and then it ended up getting overtaken at the end. We got a couple more races coming up. We got one at 8 minutes, the Dominion Maiden. We'll see if any of the homies are in this one, and then we got one coming up at 7:40. This one's actually not in 8 minutes, in about 20 minutes. The betting is open for this one if you want to do some betting. We're going to do some betting for sure today. We're going to talk about betting. But like I was saying while that race was happening in the chat, if anybody needs a horse today, let us know, and Mo might be able to hook you up with one. What's up, Gabe Hernandez? What's up, Genuine? Thanks for hanging out with us. Greedy One's in the house. What's up, Greedy One? Dr. Strange says, I need Mo. True Stoner got last place. Oh, so I guess it was you and Mo battling for last place in that race. It happens sometimes. Dan K says, throw up an S-tier horse. I'm greedy. Let me know before you throw that S-tier horse up because I want to take a stab at it. Let's see if there's anything on the market right now. You got a lot of these B pluses if you like those. I was looking at the S minus for 140K. That's like half my money, half of my fake money, the Derby. But it is an S minus, but I didn't like the fact that its preferences are 1 stars around, so I was like, I didn't even look at it. Probably win it anyway, it's so expensive. But let's get into some betting. Mo, do you want to give us some information about betting before we get into it? I want to bet my own race, which is now available, the Honeybee Allowance. What do I need to know about betting? I know you can tell they changed the page up here on betting a little bit. What do we need to know before we start placing our bets?
Yeah, good point. They did overhaul the betting page. It should be a little bit easier now to track, what races you have bets in. You don't have to go tab to tab. But yeah, so, we should really try to do, especially people in chat, is, if we could start, let's start giving 500, maybe, 750 Derby. Right now, we just get like 5, 10K on one horse, and then that's it. It would be nice if we could see chat and ourselves, start to, mess around with the liquidity in the pool a little bit, maybe throw some small little win bets, some place bets, some show bets, right? If anybody doesn't know what a win place show is, feel free to ask, but, wins first, place is second, shows third. We don't really see those too often. I understand the payouts are a little weird right now, but yeah, it would be nice if we can really start trying to test these systems out a little bit more while we're live.
Yeah, absolutely. So we need to be thinking about doing some win place show bets instead of just win bets. It's called betting across the board. That's usually what I do when I'm not doing exactas or trifectas. Anyway, if I pick a horse, I'm going to bet it across the board every time. And I'm looking for value bets. I'm looking for, a lot of times you don't bet on the favorite because the favorite's like 2-1, 1.5 to 1, 3 to 1. You're not going to win that much. But if you're betting one that's 15 to 1 or 20 to 1 and it has a chance of actually placing, especially if you're going across the board there, win place for show, then you can win even more. So let's look at today's race, or not today's race, but the next race, the one I'm in. I'm not going to bet on my horse, and I would advise you guys not to bet on my horse. This is not financial advice. This horse has been straight trash ever since I got him. I don't know why. We're going to have Mo look at him. This is my new horse. I bought him for like $20,000, so maybe that's why. We got an A horse here, Rainbow Sheen. It's already got one bet on it. You can see that in the betting, the wager pools over here. Somebody did bet 1,000 for it to win. Looks like somebody just put 5,000 on Baba Ramen. All right, Rainbow Sheen is from La Playa Farms. 5.29. First, I'm going to look at all these morning line odds. So let me know, Mo, between morning line odds and the odds above it, if it has an X. And I know sometimes when we start the race, it says like 99 to 1. If it has an X, does that mean it's just the morning line odds if I bet it?
Well, if it has an X, it just shows that there's no actual bets placed on that horse.
Right, but I know odds change when somebody bets on it. So in this case, the odds changed again to 5.6. So on this one, it was 4.7. He wasn't nowhere near being the favorite, but then since somebody made this 5,000 Derby bet on it, is that now what the rate I would get 1.12, or would I get the morning line 4.57?
No, you're gonna get the actual 1.12. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So keep that in mind, guys. If somebody else makes a bet, like a big bet, like you just saw this 5,000 Derby bet, it was a 4.57. But if you bet on that same horse, you're only getting 1.12 odds now. So it's not quite as good of a bet, especially since this is an A plus going against an S minus. Let's see. We got Not Chinoa's foe from Miami Nation. We saw Miami Nation's horse just came in second last race. Stuff like that I keep in mind. You can see that it's got early, mid, and late. And mid is at 89. Late is at 82. And we need to check to see what distance this race is at. Also need to make sure I got enough time. I got 19 minutes, so we got plenty of time to check this out. This is a 7 furlong distance race. And condition, of course, is unknown. Didn't you say something about the condition won't be known during betting until the race begins?
No, so we actually might be a good time to go through the update too, because they did make some changes on quite a few things.
Is
When it comes to the wagering,
Yeah, yeah. Is that
when it
in
comes
this?
to the condition, yeah.
I don't think that is that information in here.
Yeah, I could have sworn it was in the.
All right, we'll go through it real quick. We'll see if the information is in here. We got a while before the next race happens. Let me actually check. Yeah, we got 13 minutes before the next race, and this is the weekly Crown Prep Sprint update that they put out every week. Oh, Dr. Strange put 5K on Baba. I hear you. Dan K says, well, you have plus 10-pound weight. Ooh, I need to quit looking at that. It's not my jockeys. It's because my horse is so good. All right. Let's check out the Crown Prep 6 preview. You know what they say, Saturdays are for Crown Prep Sprint Series. We've been talking about this Crown Prep Sprint Series, and Photo Finish Live has been tweeting about it. We're going to get into it tomorrow for sure. With the weekend quickly approaching, it's time to preview your weekly Photo Finish Live Crown Prep Showcase. Below, we've got you covered on everything from this week's race schedule and community created race names, which are fun to read, to where to watch all the action alongside our fantastic content creators. Saddle up and let's dive. Crown Prep Sprint Series schedule says this week's Crown Prep Sprint Series races will open Friday, December 9th at midnight. So that's tonight, midnight Eastern Standard Time. You will have the ability to start entering your horses into these Crown Prep Sprint Series races. We're going to get into those in just a second. It says we've moved the registration window forward a bit this week to ensure everyone across any time zone has ample ability to join our weekend showcase series. Wagering on each of these 12 Crown Prep races will open 12 hours before the running of each race, with a little bit of a different betting window on those. This will allow both participants and spectators time to review the field, pick the winners, and drop a bag of Derby on the horses they think will perform better than the field. Where to watch, resident community race caller Christopher Walken, impressionist and all-around streaming extraordinaire Mo Knowz, let's go, will join Phoebe Ball on YouTube for the duo's weekly Saturday night at the races. What's up, everybody in the chat? Kobe's here, Jesse's here, Colin's here. Remember, guys, Saturday night at the races, tomorrow night. What's up, Nine Life Savings? No, we're not putting our life savings into this. What's up, Bruin88? We got a few people in the chat, Mo, looking for horses. What's the dojo raid? Oh no, what's up with my homies from the dojo? Let's go. We got a raid in the chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We're doing a little bit of Photo Finish Live NFT horse racing. We're going over their weekly update. We're talking about the Crown Prep Sprint Series, which opens tonight at midnight. Following the conclusion of last week's Season 5 Crown Prep Sprint Series, all 12 first place finishers were contacted and they got the chance to name a race on this week's schedule. Below are the names and preferences for these races. We got the Philly Tier Sprint Cup. We got the Chief Little Turtle Memorial. We got Siggy's Star Stakes. Let me check the clock. We got 10 minutes. All right. We got Perlino Smokes Your Grass Stakes. Oh, we got Wolof Farms Mouse. Shout out to Wolof Farms. I like this one. Tony was Rug to Tony. Memorial. Ghost Turf Miles Championship. Nuttin' Twice in a Row Challenge. I don't know if that was appropriate. Fibs Saturday Detention Stakes. Ballin Arch Commemoration, and Win In-House Breeding Stakes. Oh, I like that one. And Soul Snake Stakes. That's hard to say. Now that you're armed with everything you need to know about Season 6 of the Crown Prep Sprint Series, the only thing left to do is to tap a link above to enter your horse into one of those races, but not until midnight Eastern Standard Time. But we didn't get that update about the betting that you wanted to tell us about. Do you have it memorized by chance?
Yeah, I do here actually.
Nice.
Well, not memorized, but I did pull it up. You know, when you do this all week, man, everything blurs together sometimes. All right.
I hear that.
Uh, yeah. So the fixes that went out on December 7th. The majors were added. See the racing series embedded into the race schedule that culminate in a major race throughout qualifying races. Qualifier races give points, which are visible on the series leaderboard. Majors will require horses to have points to enter. These will not be active immediately upon update. We will, of course, let you all know when they enter the schedule, so coming soon. A filter will be added to the race page to filter out series races. Wagering updates. We have updated our wagering UI to be more seamless with the pre-race entrance screen. You can select horses and place wagers on the entrance page. Pools are now visible on the entrance page and update as bets are made. There is now no uncertainty in the race condition when the field is set. Condition display is 100% certain during the wagering period. So no more weather pools on everybody there. Other general changes, refactored the way requirements are displayed. So that's actually a good point. It's way clearer now when you're trying to like enter a race. You know, if I have 1 win, how much weight am I carrying? If I have 2 wins, that's very helpful.
True.
What else we got? Added exhausted, injured, and pregnant filters to the stable. So if you only want to just look at pregnant horses or exhausted. Improved the news section. Learn the game Get book is now added to the beta site itself. I guess there's a news tab, learn how to play. Now this is big coming up here. Schedule changes. Alright, races have been updated to have bigger purses. Re-added the juvenile races for the 2-year-olds. Please give us feedback on what you'd like to see in these. Reduce overall race density, which is true. I've noticed that. You can't enter races like 16 hours out anymore, so it kind of allows races to fill up a little bit better, I think. Bug fixes, various UI discrepancies cleaned up, proper error messages for when a stud has reached its maximum breeding count. It will no longer rain on good condition tracks, I guess the visual. Entrant list gate colors now match the wager pool. Didn't know that was an issue. Various mobile presentation fixes, so good for people on mobile. And yeah, many additional back-end changes and bug fixes. So
Nice.
that's where we're at.
Perfect. Yeah, I do remember seeing that. I don't remember where I saw it at, but it was on a different update. Right now, I went through a couple of these horses. I could have went through them more, but I feel like the one horse is being slept on right now, the S-, the Symphony horse. And I'm going to put 100 across the board on this horse. However, Rainbow Sheen is interesting because it's been in 3 horses. It's gotten 3 races. It's gotten 2 seconds and 1 third. There was something I didn't like about it. Let's look at how it's done in the 7 furlongs. So it got second place in its last, and it had some pretty good speed rating. So honestly, this might be the better pick. It's on a soft turf, this horse, and let's see what the other ones are. See if they are. Yeah, they're all soft. So I don't know. I kind of want to go with Rainbow Sheen, honestly. I think can I change my bet, or is it too late? Kobe Clay said
No, but you can
Sorry, go ahead.
put another one in. All right, put another one in.
Okay, yeah, I think I will. I think I'm going to go put a little bit more on Rainbow Sheen. So that way I could win, possibly win on both of these bets if the horses come in first and second, first and third, or whatever. I'm going to go 200 across the board on Rainbow Sheen. That's going to be my pick. I am betting against my horse. Now, if my horse ends up winning and beating me, he's going to be in trouble.
Called a hedge bet. Most of the time you don't want. Most of the time you don't want to do that, but you know.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah. We'll do it today, though. We're just practicing our betting a little bit. So what can they do, Mo, if they want to get a new horse?
So I just posted in chat. I have a decent memory, but not a great memory. So if you're yelling in chat, just hit me up on Twitter or Discord. If you're in Vault's Discord or Photo Finish Live, just ping me there, and I'll get you set up.
Yep. I'll keep my eye on the market too while we're streaming. I'll tell you if anything good hits there. I wouldn't probably grab a B plus. I don't know, maybe they got some decent preferences here. And one thing we want to get into, or I want to get into with you, Mo, is if I should go ahead and start retiring my horses and breeding them, or keep racing them. My horse, like Cheesy Hair, is my S tier horse that has won 3 of her last 4 races, but it is a mare and she's 6 years old. You think I should keep racing her, or is it time to breed her? When do you know it's time to breed and to retire the horse and start breeding it?
Well, I mean, again, it's accelerated right now, right? So you're in she's 6 years old, right?
Yep, 6 years.
Yeah. So there will be a point, I guess, where the horse will peak, and then maybe like in years 6 and 7, I would assume, maybe they start to decline a little bit. and then year 8 they're going to automatically retire, right? So what I'm going to do, and maybe you want to do it too, wait for the next season to roll around tomorrow. Then you'll get till Tuesday night, I think it's like 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern, to retire and breed. So, maybe race her out for another couple days. See, get as much, you want as much data as you can. And, at that point, just, start breeding. You'd be doing it a year early, 1 season early, so not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I'm ready to expand I want to expand my stable as fast as possible, and this is a good practice round for whenever the game does go live. Somebody asked in the chat, is the game live? This is the live version now, says Kobe Clicks. It's not the live version yet. We're still in beta, but this is version 2 of the beta, where everything just got reset and we're starting all over. And a better way to understand that is like all these horses I have right here, all 5 of them, at the end of this beta, they're all going to disappear. And the only one I will really actually own will be this one. Where is he? Swamp Thing. This is the only horse I actually own because I have the ticket for it, which is an NFT on the Solana blockchain. And the ticket was created by combining 2 PFP NFTs, which we've talked about before. But the rest of these horses that I was able to get off of the marketplace and the horses that I end up breeding, this is all the beta version. We're just trying to learn breeding, learn racing, learn betting the best we can. But once it goes live, you only get to keep the horses that you actually own the NFTs for. All right, let's get back to our races. Let's see, we got 2 races. One starts in 3 minutes. Another one starts in about 15 minutes, the one we bet on. This Dominion Maiden race is a Maiden, and we'll see if any of the homies are in here. We got Dan K in this one. Oh, Dan K's about to crush the field with this race. We got Lord Vader from Twin Spired Racing. We got Ike Unlimited. I don't know. Ike Unlimited from Revere Ranch. We got the ladies. We got ladies from Charlie Work. We got Mr. Icy from FTX Liquidator Land. Time for Trinity from Trinity. And the Omi Millionaire. I like this horse. Oh, it's got a great name. It's got S-tier horse. Who did you get this horse from, Dan K? Did you rob some old lady for her NFT horse? How did you get that? Dane says, how many furlongs am I winning this? 720. I know, right? I should have bet on this race. Why did we not bet? We bet on the other one. We missed our chance to get an easy win. It's only so what does it mean if you bet on a race, Mo, and it's 1.00? Do you win your money back? Or is there even a point of betting at that point? Or do you win more?
Yeah, you pretty much get your money back, unfortunately. And again, this is something, I don't know if we'll have the problem on live, but certainly right now it's an issue. You got to get liquidity in the pool. It's hard to get paid out when there's like one person betting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. What's up,
now,
Alejandro?
I am broke.
Alejandro's gonna. Sorry, I was gonna let Alejandro know that we see you. You're in a few of these races. We'll try to watch those. 7:45 though. I don't see a 7:45. I see a 7:40, 7:44, and 7:46. This might be hard to watch all of those since they're so close. This 7:44, you can see here, it's got 15 horses registered for it. So one of the horses will get kicked out. How exactly do they decide that, Mo? I know we've talked about that before. Do you have any insight on how they decide which horse gets kicked out?
This is a Mo guesses alert, but I think it is based on horse class originally. So if it's like, they're going to take an A over a B+. Gotcha. And then I think it might go down to, maybe wins or, what's it called? Money earned. So
Money earned.
It could be different things. I'm not really sure how they do it, but...
Looks like me and Alejandro are both in this sloppy handicap coming up at 7:51. I'm in that one as well. It's got 12 horses. That'll be a good one to watch. Honeybee Allowance, that's the one we bet on. I'm also in that race. It goes off at 7:40. But before that, we got Dan K about to dust this field. Well, it could be wrong. We could be wrong. But it looks like Dan K is about to dust this field with Omi Millionaire, the best named horse that we've seen all day so far. Hopefully we can get our first chat winner of the night too. Starts in about a minute. Greedy One got into the 7:46 race. Is that the I think that's the one I'm in. Let me check. Maybe not.
Real quick, Omi Millionaire is actually going against their preference, So there's a soft track. Soft track. So I would actually, I'd be more inclined to look at like Mr. Icy, who actually caught the soft track, and everybody else is going to be on a off track for them. So again, things to look for.
Smart. Yeah. The condition is sloppy here, and what he's talking about, the condition is sloppy, which is a type of soft track, and you can see a lot of these horses either prefer firm or soft. You got a lot of firm horses here, and you got Mr. Icy here, who's actually a soft horse, and it's a sloppy track, and he's got a decent finish here. 3 races, 2 seconds. He might surprise you, But hopefully it's Omi Millionaire, just because the name is Omi Millionaire. All right, guys, good luck if you're in this race. I'm going to send it over to Mo, and here we go.
All right, thank you, Bolt. Horses are on the track. It's post time here on Photo Finish Live. Six-horse field, locked and loaded. And they're rolling in the Dominion Maiden as Omi Millionaire shoots out to the lead like everybody expected as the post-time favorite. Next to him, that's Lord Vader, who's down on the rail. And third, that's Time for Trinity, who's in between horses. And comes the threesome of Mr. Icy, H Limited, and Ladies. Runs along here in the back of the pack as they make their way into the first turn, opening quarter in 23 and change. And it's Lord Vader who now shows the way over the favorite Omi Millionaire. Time for Trinity is now 3 wide, being passed by Mr. Icy, who moves along into third. Mr. Icy now has their sights set to split the horses here, but as for now, it's Omi Millionaire who's going to put a nose back in front here in this 6-furlong affair in the mud. And Omi Millionaire now digs in against the bias. Mr. Icy now on the rail, comes in for second. Lord Vader also looking for room. Top of the stretch, and they shake him up and head for home. And this one might be over already. It's Omi Millionaire who's kicking up mud in everybody's face. And Ladies and Mr. Icy now are coming into the wire. And it's going to be all Omi Millionaire. 6-4-3 is your order of finish.
Shout out to Dan K in the chat. Omi Millionaire, we got our first chat winner of the night. Let's go. Congratulations. Omi Millionaire, too. It's a good horse. Let's go. I'm going to be keeping my eye on that horse for sure. Anytime I see it, I'm not going against that horse. I guess you can't really see the horses that are in the races before you enter anymore, can you, Mo? They changed that.
Correct. Could you even do that in version 1? I don't remember.
You could. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you could see the horses, and I know you could on Zed Run. Somebody was asking about Zed Run. It is still.
I knew Zed, yeah.
Yeah, and on there you could, because you could kind of like snipe races, wait until it was almost full, and see what the best horse to jump if you had one that didn't have good opponents on there, you could jump in at the last second. Congratulations to Dan K. Dan K with the super chat. Let's go. Thank you, Dan K. Winner,
Oh,
chicken.
you get paid every time he
image.
wins.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Is that how that works? Well, I'll start throwing races. All right, the betting closes on this one in 2 minutes. If you guys want to place any bets, we'll check out the wager pools. It looks like we got several bets on one. Like I said, I did 100 across the board on the 1 horse, and then I did 200 across the board on the 8 horse. Somebody else has 1,000 to win on the 8, 420 on the 6 horse. I think that was True Stoner's bet. 5,000 on the 5 horse. I'm pretty sure that was Doc Strange's bet. Let's see who is the correct caller on this. Let's see who gets this money on this race. It is a Honeybee Allowance. It has some requirements. You cannot have won more than 10,000. Your horse cannot have won more than 10,000 Derby, and if so, then it wouldn't be allowed in the race.
Who you liking here, Volt? Who we liking?
So I was looking
at
at
much Derby left, but
I was liking Rainbow Sheen, and I'm kind of going by the records. That's something I look at a lot whenever I'm picking horses in real life. I like to look at their records, if it's a winner or not. Can't really, kind of have to really dig in to know if a horse is going up in class or down in class in these races. Like, these horses only have like 3 races, but I did notice it was a 7-furlong race, and in their last 7-furlong race, they got their best speed races, or speed ratings, or fleet ratings overall. So I figured he might do well in this 7-furlong race. What do you think?
yeah, same idea. I do worry about the 10 pounds. It's plus 10 pounds weight here.
True, and I think that's why I liked Symphony in the first place, because it was S- and it was only carrying 4 pounds.
Right now, being the S minus, right? That means their base stats are just generally going to be higher, right, than the A pluses and the A's. So, but even this horse, like the Baba Rahman, right? First and a second out of 6 races, right? Pretty good. A plus, only carrying 4 pounds. I feel like that 4 horse might have a hard time carrying 10 pounds of weight.
Let's see how Fitz ran a 7-furlong. It only ran 7-furlong once, and it got 13th out of 15th place, which is interesting. Got 1 first, and it was in a 6-furlong race, but that was how it broke its maiden. So I don't know. Anyone could win
real
this
quick,
one.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Go
off.
ahead.
Go back and look at that race though, because that's a blue circle, right? That's a graded race. you got to throw out those races sometimes.
okay.
And I do it too. I throw my horses in races I know they have no business being in. But yeah, when you start seeing horses that aren't in handicap races right now are like the best races to put the A horses into. They'll have the best chance against like the S minuses and the S horses right now. As horses start to separate from the pack by earning more money, they won't be able to race against the bottom tier horses. But for now, yeah, handicap races seem to be the way to go. So if you see like a stakes race or the blue circle with the grade 1 through grade 3, yeah, you definitely got to be careful because those races might be thrown away from like a handicapping perspective.
Do you remember what all the collars stand for? Because I didn't even know they were separated by collars. I know you said blue was a stakes race or a graded race, right?
Yeah, so what you can also do, if you go to the races page, click on the filters button, and I think when you add a filter, go to race class, there you go. And then you'll see all the colors here.
Gotcha. Okay, so this turquoise is claiming, this purples are maiden races. Of course, we don't have claimings yet. The
yet.
red is allowance. The white is restricted. So I guess restricted is one step down from graded races, which I didn't realize that. It's good to know. And of course, you got grade 3, grade 2, and grade 1 are the biggest races of all. Good. That's good information to know. I didn't realize that, honestly. Denke says I have to look more often so I can get more horses. Tough marketplace at the moment. Yeah, I think I mentioned that last week, but what I did was I just had this screen up on my second monitor, and every once in a while I would look over, and every once in a while one would pop up, and I've sniped 2 or 3 now for 20,000 derby each. One of them the S tier horse. Takes some time, takes some patience, and a little bit of luck. We got some more horses we can bet on. We got this Four Corners Maiden race. I think somebody is in the chat is in this, said they were in it. What's up, Journey from the Palace? Are we racing for money? Not yet, technically. Will we be racing for money, or how will that work, Mo, whenever the game goes live?
Yeah, so, well, first and foremost, let me just address Dane real quick. Once we get everybody else, make sure they got, like 1 or 2 horses. We'll come back around to Dane, get everybody the third, fourth, you know what I'm saying? As far as the real money goes, I think the plan right now is to introduce racing entries for money and wagering. I don't know exactly when, but I'm pretty sure they plan on working that into V2. Obviously, I don't know if we'll be able to use real money for breeding and stuff because these aren't really the horses, you know what I'm saying? Because they're all coming from Monopoly money. I don't know if they're going to go that deep, but I think we're going to have racing for money and potentially wagering tested out in V2. So.
Gotcha. I don't think it would be for actual money. It would be for Solana, right? Or no?
No, it would be for money.
Oh, okay.
It would be because they need to test out. That's the thing too, right? They're going to be going to a USDC, scenario, so it's not reliant on Solana or crypto markets. So that being said, when everything converts into Derby, you're basically going to be linking your credit cards, whatever debit cards, and I'm sure you'll be able to, send Solana over too and convert that. But I think the point is to get away from the whole dependency on that wallet stuff and make it easier for people that have no interest in that stuff to get on board. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that makes sense. It's definitely going to be easier to onboard people if they can choose their credit card to buy a horse, no doubt.
Right, it's like Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? You just, boom, instead of buying V-Bucks, you're buying Derby. All right, now you got your Derby, and boom, you can go enter a race, you can go wager. I mean, again, I don't know if they'll implement the money aspect for, for breeding in V2 because I think that would be kind of weird. But I definitely need to test out the wagering for money and the the prize pools.
Makes sense. All right, guys. Before we go on to the next race, we got 2 minutes left to place some bets on this Four Corners Maiden that's coming up. We got a horse from Mo's stable. My man Mo up there has a horse named a boy named Sue. And then Greedy in the chat has a horse named Only the Beginning in this race. We got Cheesy Table from Nacho Libre, Blue and Green from Groove Summer, and North Hill from OEB. And I'm seeing a lot of different preferences on these horses, so we want to look at that before we place our bet for sure. We got left dirt firm, left dirt soft, right dirt firm, right turf soft, right turf soft. So we got some different preferences here, and we're on a right turf. It says the condition is soft on this one. I thought they wouldn't tell us the condition until after we made our bets, but it says it's soft on this, and we know it's
No,
right.
that's what I said in the update.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, as soon as the wagering window is open now, that weather is set. Yeah.
Got you. Okay, I see. All right, so I'm not betting on any of these three horses up here. No offense to Mo or Greedy in the chat, but they're all running
Whoa,
on
whoa, whoa.
what? I'm sorry, this is supposed to be a right
Messed
turf
up, bro.
soft. Bro, why are you running a left turf firm on a right turf soft? So I'm going with blue and green or North Hill, and I can make the most money off of blue and green. By far, it's twice the bet. So if I do across the board on it, I think that's the smartest way to go. So I'm going to do 200 across the board on blue and green, Groove Summers horse. What do you think about that, Mo?
I think I'm upset because you're not betting on my horse, but outside of that, I just put this horse in, first of all, let me defend myself. I just put this horse in so that I can, fill the races and make sure we didn't have too much dead air here tonight. But
Gotcha.
aside from that, yeah, I'd probably look at blue and green, I guess. But yo, that North Hill, man, OEB Racing, he's got some runners.
Yeah, OEB
Cool
is
guy.
one of the top stables, and this horse has only raced twice, and it got second place in one of those races. It's probably going to be your winner, but like I said, I'm looking at the odds here: 2.67 against 4.74. So I feel like if this horse ends up upsetting it, you got a chance to win more. And then even if it comes in second or third, you can still make some money there. Whereas if this horse comes in second and third, and I go across the board on it, I'm almost breaking even, right? That's my way of looking at it, anyway.
It's true.
All right, we got
true.
3 minutes before the next race, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Did we miss a race? I don't think we did. I think there was a long break in between the two races. I want to bet on some more races today. I might retire my horse Cheesy Hair after her next race, which is tonight. When does breeding start again, Mo, or how does the breeding window work?
Yeah, so the season will reset tomorrow night. I want to say 7 p.m., but it might be 6. Usually my girl's here, so I don't know. But anyway, the season will reset, and then you'll get until Tuesday night around the same time to do all your breeding. So again, you could race it until like Tuesday morning, and then retire it and get your breeding done way before
I
6,
see.
7 o'clock.
Cool. So I got time to race it a couple more times. I mean, that horse
Yeah.
has been doing well for me, so I might as well keep running it. Get the money in there. Greedy one says, I don't know what I'm doing. Greedy, we'll show you exactly how to pick out which horses or which races to run your horses in. What's nice about this is if you click on your horse, what we usually look at is what I've been talking about, like left turf soft or right dirt firm, whatever it is. But you have a button right here where it tells you find recommended races. You want to keep in mind what your preference is on soft or firm before clicking the button. But if you click that button, it's going to take you to all the left turf races that are available to enter at the time. So you don't really have to know much if you use this, except for you want to go in here and decide what distance you want to run your horse at. This one was the horse that I just got. Thanks to Mo, he hooked me up and he put it on the market. I sniped it off of there. It's been in 2 races, 4 and 5 furlongs, and it was getting its boost at the mid mostly. So I decided to stretch it out and do some experimenting with it and run it at a longer distance today. I think I got it at 7, 8 or 9 today, and we'll see how it runs.
That's smart too. I was gonna say because yeah, if you notice that middle boost, right? It's good, but I mean that's crazy high. So you want to stretch it out, try to push that medium speed, and you maybe start getting a better closing horse at that point. But
that's what I thought
yeah,
about this
that was a good point.
Parkius shirt. This Parkius horse that I just picked up off the market earlier this week for really cheap. It's got that same boost in the middle. And it's the one I wanted to talk to you about. What do you think I should do with it? If you look at this 4 furlongs, when it runs four furlongs, it always gets a really low number on early, but a really high number on mid, and a decent number on late. And whoever owned it last ran it at several different distances. Hold on, my kid's friend is at the door. Mo, take a look at him and.
Yep. I'm looking right now.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, from what I'm looking at here, chat. Is that horse is running in blue graded stakes races over and over again. So I mean, for most horses, if you're not like in the S class, you probably have no business even being there.
That's true. See, I didn't even realize about those collars until recently. So he's running in all these graded races. That's why he's coming in last place a lot. That makes sense.
Yeah, handicaps, like I said, handicaps are going to be your best, like most even races across the board. Allowance races can help you because you'll have different requirements, like non-winner of 1, non-winner of 2, non-winner of 3, and then some of those stakes races they'll have just everyone has carrying 4 pounds.
Right. That makes sense. All right, guys, it's about time to get into this one. We've got some bets placed on this one. A lot of the homies in the chat are in this race. Good luck if you're in it, and we will see you at the end of the race. Here we go.
Alrighty. Horses are at the gate. It's post time here on Photo Finish Live. Friday night races. Or whatever we call it nowadays. 8 in the gate. Locked and loaded. And they're off here in the Honeybee Allowance. From the inside, there goes Symphony and Baba Ramen, followed closely by Nachinoa's Foal in third. And back and forth, that's a Parkitatis and Decentralized Ponzi, try saying that 2 times fast. And in sixth, that's Rainbow Sheen now, running in about 6 lengths off the lead as they make their way out to shoot and on to the main track. Opening quarter in 24 and change as Baba Ramen now shows the way just inside of Parkitius. I don't know if I'll ever be able to say that name right, folks. But it's now Symphony who's on the inside on the rail. Now passed by Nachinoa's Foal in between horses and looking for room. Back in fifth as Decentralized Ponzi at 99 to 1. And Wallington Wally now is your new 6th place runner here as they're all chasing Baba Ramen with pressure being applied here on the outside from a Parktius, and Baba Ramen now fades back in the second on the inside. It's Nachinoa's Foal on making a move, and deeper on the rail, that Symphony at 5 to 1 is the new challenger here as a Parktius at 14 to 1 rather, and Symphony go dueling down the lane. It's Symphony on the inside. Baba Ramen is dueling in between horses. I can't see the colors on my screen, I'm confused, but it doesn't matter because it's Symphony who kicks clear here and takes it for home. It's Symphony over Baba Ramen and a Parktius.
Shout out to Symphony. I'm surprised my horse even finished in third. That's actually pretty good. I'm impressed with that third place finish. Good stuff, a Parkius or whatever your name is. And
I couldn't see the damn horse colors, man. It was
you
so
can't see the
much.
colors? Oh no. Yeah, I knew that one horse was starting to move because it was one of those New York digital racing horses, and that guy always has fast horses. And I noticed also that the horses that came in first and second were both horses that were carrying 4 pounds of weight, and not one of the other horses that were carrying 10 pounds.
Good point. We have a minute and 40 till the next race, but when we do have more time, we could potentially start going back and doing like post-race analysis type stuff. You know what I mean? If the chat was interested as to why the horse might have won, because again, we're trying to collect data. So it might be something good to do in the future.
Absolutely, and you'll need to help us with that because I'm still learning it, and you are more into this game. You know a lot about it. I've been learning a lot from you, listening to your analysis on these. This one coming up is a grade 1 sprint, y'all. We're about to see some good horses in this one. You can see the first horse in the race has 5 wins already. It's Vanilla from YSM Racing. We got Lagunitas Cracker from Dane K. Shout out to Dane K in the chat. We got Audi Enough from 7th Ward. We got One Eye Blind from OEB Racing. We got Mare 1 from Pick 6. Highway Star from Big Brain Stables. We got Delmos from Balthazar Mangers. We got Cheesy Floor 2 from Savage Stables, Community Legend from SoCal Stables, Desert Eagle from Wolof Farms, Wolof the Bandito. We got Willie Weeks from Genuine Fantasy Farm. Shout out to Genuine in the chat. We got Hornets Pride from the Hornets Nest. We got Fart Cannon from the Fart Champion. I'm going to like that stable. First time I seen that one. And we got Del PT, half star from Solana Stables. Good luck to the Fart Cannon. I'm going for the Fart Cannon, y'all. That's going to be my favorite. What's up, Random Hero in the chat? Thanks for hanging out with us. Let us know if you want to get a horse. Just try to DM Mo Knowz on Twitter, and he will hook you up. All right, guys. I've seen there's some homies in the chat that's in this race. Good luck if you're in it. Here we go.
All right, race fans. Appreciate you as always, Vault. It's post time here on Photo Finish Live. It's a major race. Full house. Everywhere you look, there in the gate. And they're off and running here in the Harmony Commemorative as the most runs out to the lead from in between horses, followed by Oddly Enough. And in third, that's Desert Eagle, who's on the far outside with Community Legend in fourth. Back in fifth, that's Cheesy Floor 2, not to be outdone by Cheesy Floor 1. And Fart Cannon is your runner in sixth here, only about 7 lengths off the leader. As they make their way on to the far track, it's opening quarter in 23 and change, as Oddly Enough now kicks clear by 3 here over Delmos, who runs along in second. And back in third, that's Desert Eagle, who's now 5 wide on the track but looking for room. In fourth, it's Hornet's Pride. And Community Legend, who's also got company with Cheesy Floor now, as they're neck and neck. But as we make our way around the turn here in this 6 furlong affair, it's Oddly Enough who brought their A-game today, but probably an S-horse. And Oddly Enough now starts to kick clear here as they turn the corner and head for home. 200 meters to go. Oddly Enough now digs in on the inside, but hold up, here comes trouble. It's Oddly Enough now challenged on the outside from Community Legend, and Community Legend's gonna take it home. And it's 9, 7, 10 is your order of finish.
Man, they got some good finishes on this version 2 beta, man. These horses come from behind, and you never know who's going to win to the final second. Shout out to Community Legend from SoCal Stables. Gets the win in this grade 1 race. That's a big win right there.
Really is so good though, man. Watching the V2 races compared to V1, yeah, man, it's so good.
Definitely big difference for sure. It looks awesome. All right, we got this race coming up right now. Uh-oh. Here we go, Mo.
Oh,
Racing
okay.
Awkward, okay. Hello, race fans. We now join this race in progress. For those of you that were watching the Giants-Vikings game, and they're off here in the Four Corners Maiden, as Blue and Green and Only the Beginning dart out to the early lead. North Hill also showing good interest in third. And then there's a boy named Sue, followed by Cheesy Table 2. What you gonna do? He's in fifth and about 7 to make up already. As they make their way into the first and only turn, it's Groove Summer and now Gree Racing. As hold up, boy named Sue now sniped from the chat and she's out of it, but Blue and Green is still in it, and North Hill is the challenger. Wake up, little Susie. There's only 100 meters to go, and it's North Hill now who opens up by 2 over Blue and Green on the outside. Cheesy Table 2 looking for room on the rail, but it's not going to be enough. It's all North Hill over Blue and Green and Cheesy Table.
Shout out to North Hill from OEB Racing. Blue and Green took second. Cheesy Table with third. Kind of what we predicted. That horse ended up getting first with the 2.67 odds. The horse I bet on across the board got second with 4.67 odds. So we'll take a look to see how much I won with that bet. And poor Mo, his horse pulled up with a strained hammy or something. He's out.
Pull the hammy now.
Ouch. And I think I bet 600. Was it 200 across the board, I believe? And we got 1,200 back on that one. Wait, no. I'm sorry. That's one of my horses. Let's go to my wagers. You have to go to my wagers. Sorry about that. We bet 200 and our return amount is 200. Let's go. That's actually the wager amount on second place. And then your wager amount on, see, that's third place show. Second place was place. Return was 200, so I got my money back on those 2 bets. I lost my 200 on the horse bet, and how come I didn't win more than what I bet?
There was no liquidity. I don't think anybody else bet that race.
That's probably what it was. Yeah, I was the only one who bet, so there's no liquidity for me to. So if you bet on it and you're the only one that bets, you can't win any money.
Pretty much. I mean, I think eventually when the game is live, there will be some liquidity because it's going to be taking, part of the entry fees or whatever that's going to go towards rake. So
Gotcha.
I'm sure at that point it'll be different. But yeah, right now, playing with Monopoly money, I think we definitely need multiple people betting. So come on, chat.
Yeah, we need to get the bettors in here, not just the racers. Right now we got a bunch of racers, and we got a big race coming up at 10 furlong, the Sloppy Handicap. Excuse me, my horse is in here, my Swamp Thing horse. This is the horse I actually own. It's had 5 races, 1 second place, 2 third places. Hopefully he gets better. His odds, morning line odds are 18-1. Let's go through the field real quick. We got neutral Naomi from GBT Wimbledon.
Can I say something real quick
Please
before you do that?
Absolutely.
Sorry. I know today's Friday. It's like it's waiting for payday, right? So Saturday night when they give us our 50K derby, Remember, we will be live tomorrow night. So really, man, I want to see chat. I want to see 100, 200 derby bets. I don't want to see these, 5, 10K. You're going to be broke in no time. Let's try to be reasonable. Let's get some liquidity in the pool so Vault's not breaking even. You know what I mean? But if we do that, man, listen, we got horses to give away. We want to get people racing, but we also want to test out the betting too. So, we're going to have a member of the team on tomorrow night. He's going to be talking with us, hanging out. So I really, really, really hope you guys can, take some of that money tomorrow. Don't buy horses. Come see me. We'll get you horses for like 1,000 to 5,000, depending on what we got to do. But, what I'm saying? Please just do me a favor and let's try to get some gambling going tomorrow night. Responsible gambling.
Responsible gambling, of course. And Mo, I don't know, what we should do, I think would be a good idea is maybe have some type of tournament, some type of contest. Who wins the most gambling, who wins the most through betting on the races by the end of the night gets a A+ or S- tier horse as a reward.
Ooh, I like that.
That's something we could do for sure. There was something else I wanted to touch on before we started this race, but I lost it because I was too busy thinking about winning that free horse I was just talking about. Maybe we can get something started with that. All right, we got this race coming up. There's no S-tier horses. It's a bunch of A's, A-, and maybe some A+ in this one. We got 12 horses. We got 10 furlongs, so a somewhat long race. Not quite a full distance race, but it's 10 furlongs, so we got a whiles to go. Good luck, everybody, in this race. We'll see you on the other side. Here we go.
Alright, looks like we are ready to roll here on Friday Night Races. Horses are at the gate, it's post time. 12 horse field, locked and loaded. And they're rolling in the sloppy handicap. And it's Marita from in between horses who heads out with Tap It for the lead. Back in third, that's Power Fist, followed by Right Hand of God. And on the outside, that's Vega Rama and Register of Firms in sixth here. As they make their way around the clubhouse turn, it's all going well here for the Ignita stable runner. That's the 11 horse Tap It at 7-1. Opening quarter in 24 and change. As Tap It now has some company on the far inside. That's Right Hand of God who challenges up for the leader. Then in third, that's Vega Rama, who's also looking to put himself in the position here in this 10 furlong affair. And so far, it's still Tap It now, who starts to kick clear by 4 over Vega Rama. Register of Firm stalks the pace, followed by Marita, who still sits in between horses. Then down on the rail, that's Neutral Naomi, who's now passed by Smooth Bourbon and Right Hand of God. And we make our way around the turn here, and we go on to the backstretch. And this backstretch break is brought to you by Hey Boo Boo, how about this horse race? And now we got Tap It going over Vega Rama. Gee, Yogi, I don't know, it's Marita on the inside. I don't know, Boo Boo. It's Smooth Bourbon now who's in fourth place, and Register of Firms. But hey, the Forest Ranger is coming. Let's get the hell out of here. All right, Yogi. And just like that, folks, now we head into the turn. It's Tap It who leads the way over Vega Rama. I don't know where that interference came from. Who the hell knows about Yogi Bear in 2022? But Tap It still shows the way by a length over Vega Rama and Smooth Bourbon. Swamp Thing, the Vault legend, now in between. Oh, never mind, he's off the board, but he was looking good. And now they head for home. It's Vega Rama with a half-length lead over Smooth Bourbon, who battles back on the rail. 100 meters to go. Vega Rama is trying to hold game, but Smooth Bourbon means business, but not today. It's Vega Rama over Smooth Bourbon and Tap It.
Shout out to Vega Rama. I guess this was not the distance for my horse Swamp Thing. I was hoping he was getting ready to make a move there at the end. He looked like he wanted to do something, but he didn't do something. Shout out to Vega Rama. Let's see. Vega Rama from OEB. OEB wins again. I told y'all that's a strong stable. Miami Nation with I think their second place of the night. And I get Inya Stables with Tap It. All right, let's see what we got next. We got the New Mexico Maiden race starting in 2 minutes. We got a race that I'm going to end in a couple minutes there. Let's see who we got in this one. We got some homies in here. I don't see anybody in the chat that's in this race. Dr. Strange, I noticed you said you're lost on the site. Let me know what you want to know. We will be happy to go over anything you want with us, with you. Hey, we got somebody in the chat who knew who Yogi was. I know who Yogi was. I'm an old
Holy
man.
crap.
Yogi and Boo Boo. I recognized them right away, but I think the chat was a little too young. They were stunned by that one. Dan K says, has Mo seen an A horse beat an S tier horse in this
I have
version?
in handicap races typically.
Okay. I think he said grade 1 race. So yeah, most likely it won't happen in a grade 1 race because there's going to be a bunch of S tier horses, right?
Oh, I thought. Oh, great exclamation point race. Never mind. Yeah, I haven't seen that, but you never know who's gonna make a guest appearance here on race night.
Yeah, he'll always surprise you, especially on a long race. You got to go down the backstretch. You never know who's going to pop up on the backstretch.
Yeah, you need a break sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right, the race that I'm in starts at 8:12, so we got another like 17 minutes for that. And then we got the Grover Handicap here. That one goes off in about 6 minutes. Let's see if we got any homies in here. Alejandro's in this one. True Stoner's in this one. So we do got some homies in there. We'll definitely be watching that race. And the next race is the New Mexico Maiden. We'll go ahead and throw it up there. But Dr. Strange, like I said in the chat, let us know if you have any particular questions. We'll be happy to go through it. We can go through, we can skip this race if you guys want and go through and look at why we run horses at particular distances, and of course why they run them at particular preferences. It's pretty obvious. It tells you what preferences they like. Greedy One's in that 8:29 race. Let's go. So we got some races coming up with the homies for sure. And like I said, you could take a look at our horses. We were talking about how I might retire my 6-year-old mare right here. I have this other horse that is already retired. I bought it off the market being retired, and I bought it so that I could go ahead and breed it. And you can see it's pregnant right now. I bred it. I went through the breeding process where I had to pick a stud, a male horse to breed it with. And we did that last week on the live stream. And now I have to wait until next season for it to give birth to the new horse. And then you have to wait 2 seasons after that for that horse to race. Mo, I heard somebody talking about juvenile races in the Discord server. Is that racing the horses before that 2-year mark, or is that just like racing them once they get to 3 years old?
So I think the way it worked in V1, like, again, keep in mind I got in super late on V1 too. Pretty sure it's for 2 years old because I think the big 2-year-old races were on Saturday and people didn't like that. I could be wrong. Again, Mo guesses alert, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was for 2-year-olds only. I'm waiting for him to hit the schedule so we can get an idea.
That would be interesting if you could race your horse like 1 year early, because it is a long time, kind of a long time. You got to wait after you breed your horse. You got to wait a month for it to be born, and then you got a month. You got to wait a season for it to be born, which will be a month, and when it goes live, but it's a week right now. And then you have to wait 2 more weeks, 2 more seasons after that before the horse is ready to race, old enough to race. What's up, Michael Diggs in the chat? Dr. Strange said he lost 5K on that wager. That's why it was too much right there. You bet 5K and you lost. If you would have bet like 200, you wouldn't have lost that much. Speaking of betting, we got some time. I'm going to skip this race. I think it's going down right now. And we're going to watch this Grover Handicap. It's got some homies in it. It goes off in 3 minutes. Let me go ahead and pull that clock up so we can keep a track. Actually, I can't pull it up yet. And we will look at this race to bet on, the Dinar Handicap. We got 4 minutes to bet, so we need to decide quickly. I've got one of my horses in here. I believe, yeah, Cheesy Hair. Oh, I'm probably going to be betting on that horse. My favorite horse, Cheesy Hair. And then Mo Knowz has one of his horses in here. Rainmaker's in this one. We got...
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a showdown. Jordy Trippier from Northeast Jordy's. I hope I'm saying that right. How Long from OEB. We got an OEB horse in here, so that scares me. Blissfully Bull from Shadow Stables. Rainmaker from Mo's Bigfoot Stables. We got Anastasia BP from Lightpard Thunder. We got Cheesy Hair. That's my horse. Particle of Flex from Big Brain Stables. And that's a Spicy Rigatoni from Grape Syndicate. Nice. That's a S
From the
tier
one
horse.
and only Tony Rigatoni.
Yeah, of course. Tony Rigatoni is a very well-known horse in Photo Finish Live.
I am really curious to see that baby. You bred with the balloon arch last week, right? Didn't we do that on stream?
Well, I bred with the horse that won the D-Gen Derby, right?
Yeah, it was Dirty Water Dog on the Derby, but the real horse name is Balloon Arch, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that I bred with. Hopefully, it breeds me a winner. It'll be born next week or next season. What's up, Daniel D in the chat? BD Hinder says, I think juvenile and real horsing is 2, so I think it's the same. Nice. Okay. Dr. Strange said, I don't care about 500, 5K, no difference. It is fake money, so yeah, no difference. I hear you. But speaking of betting, I want to go ahead and place a bet on my horse here, Cheesy Hair. Looks like somebody might have already bet my horse, 2K.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Doctor Strange, don't come in here talking nonsense, brother, okay? 500 is not the same as 5K, because I'm like, yo, I'm putting the horse on the market right now for 1,000. You're like, but I'm broke. I blew it all betting on Volt's horses that didn't win. Right, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do then? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use you as an example. I'm trying to prove a point.
Right.
Responsible gambling stock, all right? You know this, man. Responsible gambling.
That's why you bet little amounts so that you don't run out. And also on tomorrow's live stream, we will have a member of the team, Fib, will be on the stream with us. I forgot to pick my horse for this last one. I'm going across the board 200 on my horse, Cheesy Hair. And I think he's a member of the team. Is that right, Mo?
Yeah, yep.
Let's go.
And he also does the suites with the whole other part of it with the other thing. We'll talk about it tomorrow, but yeah. So he's involved in that too, so we can talk about that a little bit and how it kind of ties together with everything else going on.
Definitely. Daniel D, if you're interested in getting one of these horses, all you got to do is DM Mo Knowz on Twitter. He'll hook you up with a horse or two. We're still in the beta version of this. Would you consider it a play-to-earn NFT game once it goes live? I guess it is, right?
I mean, to a certain extent, yes, but it's pretty much a replication of like the actual real-life horse, ecosystem. So I call it more of a simulation. I don't really think of it as a play-to-earn game. But I guess, depending on how you play it, I guess it could be.
Yeah, I think if you're putting in money and you are profiting off it, you're doing it well, you know what you're doing, and you're profiting and making some money, and you pull that money out, that's play to earn, baby. Somebody was asking when the Dinar Handicap starts. 8:12 today. It's right here, and the betting is still open for another 1 minute. But we're getting ready to get into this Grover Handicap. Starts in like 10 seconds. Good luck if you're in this race against my horse.
Alrighty. Beautiful night here on Friday Night Races. It's post time here on Photo Finish Live. 7 horses locked and loaded. And they're off here in the Grover Handicap as Smooth Criminal darts out to the lead from in between horses. On the inside, that's Heavy Hoop. And back on the outside 4 wide, that's Neighborhood Horse, followed by River Valley Road, who's deep on the rail. And Shake 'em Up is in 5th here, in front of Bouncing Barbara Eden. And they make their way into the opening turn here. Opening quarter in 23 and change, and it's now Stoner Circle runner Heavy Hoop, who is 2 lengths ahead of the leader, as Neighborhood Horse starts to round up on the outside, but 3 wide. Then back on the rail, that's River Valley Road with a ground-saving trip. 2 length break, that's Scanner and Smooth Criminal, who are neck and neck, but we've hit the top of the turn and we're already heading for home. It's Heavy Hoop now who starts to dig in, but he's got him breathing down his throat as River Valley Road now has found his best stride late and starts to kick clear by a half a length. Neighborhood Horse isn't out of it either. It's down to the wire. It's gonna be River Valley Road over Neighborhood Horse and Heavy Hoop.
OEB Stables wins again. They're having a night on Friday night races tonight. They seem to win almost every race. My homie True Stoner's horse was looking good at the end, but he couldn't pull it off. He took 3rd place. Neighborhood Horse still a buster. First time I've seen that stable name take 2nd place. All right, we got that Dinar Handicap coming up in about 9 minutes. This is the one we placed some bets on. I bet on my horse, of course. And as you can see, there's some other bets here. Not a ton of them, though. We might go back and look at some upcoming races that we might want to bet on as well. I'm trying to win some money and get my derby up so I can buy a new horse. Let's look at the marketplace real quick, too. Maybe people are throwing stuff on the market while we're here. Not much. Alon's Gated Foe. If you see, and I'm not exactly sure who was asking about, I think it was Greedy, about naming your horses. If you see a horse on the market and it says it's something's foal, that means it hasn't been named yet, so you can name that horse. A lot of times, if it's, I'm all about naming my horses. If I can't name my horse, I've already picked up some with some silly names, but I like to be able to name my horse. I'll more likely buy one that I can name than I would that it's already named, unless it has a decent name. All right, let's see if we want to bet on any of these. We got the Water Tower Restricted Race coming up, a 12 furlong with 12 horses, and then the Pinion Allowance, and it's got 6 horses in it. Let's do the one that's a little bit easier to bet on. Then again, you can make more with more horses in, right? Let's try the 12.
That's true.
Yeah. Let's go Stoner. Almost had it. Variances are getting better. Need to see a deep closer win still, said Dan K. Yeah, the variances are definitely getting better. BD Hinder says betting open wasn't showing until I refreshed. Oh, too late to bet. Well, hopefully you bet on my horse. That's the one that's going to win this upcoming race. All right, so this is a a restricted stakes, and I don't see any type of requirements to enter it. Let's check the distance. 12 furlong, condition is good. Left dirt. Let's see if they're all left dirt. They're not all left dirt, so I'm definitely not betting, or betting on any right turf or right firm horse. Right dirt horses. I'm betting on left dirt only. So we got this Mezcal. We got Trianis. We got Bold Ruby. Want to make sure it's firm too. Probably is not going to do too great in this race. You can see they're all carrying 4 pounds, so that's not going to make a difference. There's some bets already on Rainbow Ghost and Goat Entrance. Left dirt, left dirt. I know Soulmate Stables is a great stable that usually wins. We got an S tier horse. This is probably the top tier horse in this race. It's on the right preferences. It's got some pretty good stats here, and 6.15. This might be the one I'm looking at. Let's see, we got Moon Beggins here from Hollywood Stables. We got Boz Apple Pie Guy. This one is on the wrong surface, so I'm not going to bet on that one. And there's True Stoner. What's up, True Stoner? He's got full preferences on this one. The B+, and his name is No Chance. I'm guessing that he doesn't have much of a chance. All right, so I'm going based on tier here. YSM Racing Club, Ramsey. What do you have any input on what I should bet here? I'm thinking of going with Ramsey just because it's the S tier horse. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, again, these stakes races, right? Everybody's carrying 4 pounds, so you could probably think, right, the classier horse is going to win. Truth be told, though, favorites only really win, 32 point something % of the time in real horse racing. So I don't know, man. I'd probably go Ramsey. Actually, he's not even the morning line favorite, is it? Who was the morning line favorite?
6.15.
Oh no, he was. Okay. It's close though.
Yeah, it's close. So I'm gonna go with Ramsey. I'm getting. Am I getting 10 to 1 on him now? I think I am, because everybody else is getting. These other horses are getting bets. So this horse hasn't been bet on yet. I don't think 8. Oh, it's got a little bit of bets, but because the other horses have more bets, my odds are going up on it. I get 10 to 1 on him right now. I'm going 200 across the board on Ramsey. Let's see if he can bring home some derby for me. All right, so if you want to go across the board, you have to do 3 different bets. Make sure you click on the horse you're betting on each time. That's something I kept forgetting to do. I think I'm getting it down pat now. And we got another race coming up. How much time do we got? 5 minutes. We got some time. We got 5 minutes. Graphics. Come on, graphics. And I need to place my show bet on Ramsey. 200. That's my bet. I'm sticking to it. This one's got quite a few bets in the wager pool. Might have some payouts here, y'all. That's good stuff. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see.
That's what happens when you yell at the chat.
Yeah, bet some money, chat. There's gonna be a lot of losers though, because they're betting on a whole bunch of different horses. Only one of them can win. I like to see that. A lot of people are betting across the board now, though. We still have that Dinar Allowance. We got quite a while. The betting's already open for it. I think the betting opens early for some of these if it fills up. It has 6 of 6.
Correct.
Okay, so that's why this race starts before this race, but betting is not open for it yet because it's not full yet. It's going to have 18 horses. Is that legit? Do they have fields with 18 horses, or maybe 18 can enter?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they
yeah,
do.
the DGen Derby had 20 horse field, man.
Dang, that'd be cool. I don't think I've seen a horse with that race with that many horses in it yet. All right, we're in the Water Tower Restricted Stakes. That's the one we just bet on. We got the Dinar Handicap coming up in about 3 minutes, y'all. We got some bets in that. We got some homies in that race. We could check out the Rio. Now let's check out the Pinion. This one's actually sooner. Let's check out the Rio Grande and maybe pick a horse to bet on. Michael Diggs says bet 2,000 on the vault. You should, if you haven't already, on this race coming up. But that's my only good horse. I only got one good horse right now. All right, we got a horse here called Mighty Thor. I'm already impartial to that one from Shadow Stables. We got Purple Punch Silver from Soulmate Stables. K Everyday from Army Stables. Galantal from Genuine. Shout out to Genuine. We got Crazy Stiora from OEB. OEB might be getting my bet just off a stable name alone. We got a 10 furlong race, left turf soft. Left turf soft. We got left turf firm, left turf soft, left turf soft. So I'm not betting on that first horse. It's on firm, and we got soft here. And I'm kind of looking at these preferences. It seems like a lot of times the horses with the best preferences end up winning. So I'm going to personally take the favorite out, K Everyday. I'm not looking to put my money on K Everyday today. We got Mighty Thor, Galantal, and Crazy Stiora left. No offense to the homie Genuine. I'm going to go with one of the A+ horses then. So I'm down to Mighty Thor and Crazy Stiora. They have about the same odds. This horse right here has 8 races and 6 finishes in the money, whereas this horse has 6 races and 2 finishes in the money. Makes me kind of lean towards Crazy Steer, and boom, like I said, OEB racing has been hot tonight, and that's one thing that I bet on a lot of times in real life. Usually it'll be the jockey, whatever jockey is winning that day, and sometimes whatever trainer's winning that day, especially at the Churchill Downs. There's certain trainers that I know, I won't even mention any names because they have very bad reputations now. I can't remember that one guy that got caught juicing his Derby horses. I used to bet on
Bob Baffert?
Yep, I used to like Baffert a lot.
I mean, True Stoner was the Bob Baffert of V1, let's be honest. And if you notice, now that we open the investigation, right, look at V2. It's clean. Clean-cut racing, right? We haven't seen him take control of the economy yet. So it's going to be interesting. See if he can stay under the radar throughout V2.
True Stoner, the Bob Baffert of Photo Finish Live. I think that's going to stick. I like it. Horse on the market named Mbappe. Let's see if we got any horses on the market we might want to pick up. Genuine says $100 on Bode Ruby. Dan K says +4 for every horse that needs to be fixed. No, I think that's they did that on purpose during graded races. Is that correct, Mo?
Say that again.
Somebody in the chat, Dan K, said they put +4 pounds on all the horses. They all were carrying the same weight. They need to fix that as if it was an error, but that's done on purpose, right?
You know, it's a good question. I think it is done on purpose, but I don't know if it... In real life, I don't know if they actually have like a 0 weight, because jockeys always had the weight too. So maybe they thought that would kind of like offset for that. But
oh, I hear you. I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
You know, so every horse +4 pounds minimum would be like, the jockey race.
Makes sense. And you can see some horses are carrying weight on this one. Geordie Trippier is carrying 5 pounds. Now, this might be why OEB seems to be a smart stable. You see the OEB winning a lot. I was wondering, why do they have a B+ in this race? The B+ isn't carrying any weight compared to all these other horses, so maybe it'll end up surprised as it does. Blissfully Bull has 3 pounds. Rainmaker, Mo's horse has 2 pounds. This S- has 7. They put 9 pounds on my horse. Man, they do not want me to succeed. Particle of Flex has 2 pounds, and this other S-tier horse, the Rigatoni horse, has 9 pounds as well. So they're giving the higher tier horses more weight, so that should even the race a little bit. We'll see if it helps or not. Hopefully, Cheesy Hair pulls this one off. Good luck, everybody going in this. Everybody that's entered in this race. Here we go.
Alrighty, thank you, Vault. Great Friday night races as always. Horses are at the gate. It's post time. Eight in the gate. They're ready to go. And they're rolling here in the Dinar Handicap. From the inside, there goes How Long for the lead. Up on the outside, it's Anastasia BP and Rainmaker, who's 3 wide. And it's Cheesy Hair, who runs along in 4th in front of Particle of Flex in 5th. And Georgie Trippier is in 6th here, with only about 5 to make up as they make their way into the clubhouse turn in this 9-furlong affair. And they ran the opening quarter in 24 at 8:50 as Rainmaker now pokes a nose in front. But for how long, that's the question, because How Long is riding on the rail and looking for room. But Rainmaker now battles on and regains the lead here and now starts to kick clear by 2. But How Long is riding the rail and buying time. Cheesy Hair also in the mix here and runs up for 3rd. Now it's Anastasia BP and Blissfully Bull who run side by side. How cute. And then it's That's a Spicy Rigatoni in 5th who passes How Long in 6th. But it's a tight field here, ladies and gentlemen. Opening half in 48 and change. And it's still Rainmaker out of the Bigfoot barn, opening up a 2-length lead, but here comes Cheesy Hair making it up run early, and he goes right on by and now starts to kick clear by 2. They got some making up to do here, Lucy. It's Cheesy Hair now with a 3-length lead over Rainmaker on the rail, and it's Anastasia BP who's just 2 lengths outside of him, and That's a Spicy Rigatoni starts to try to catch gears in the mid here, but not yet. It's Particle of Flex who splits horses and now starts to get room. rolling as they hit the top of the turn and head for home. It's Cheesy Hair trying to hold on, but look out, here comes trouble on the rail. It's Rainmaker at 99 to 1. Cheesy Hair battles back on the outside. Particle of Flex in the last 100, but hold the phone. It's an announcer miracle. It's Rainmaker over Cheesy Hair and Particle of Flex.
Man, I'm not happy
Sorry about that.
Mo.
Sorry about that.
Is that your
Sorry,
horse,
man.
Mo? Shout out to Mo with the chat winner. Mo gets the
I never win.
I get second place. He beat Cheesy Hair, who's won 3 of her last 4 races and was on a row. Man, that's going to be a showdown going forward. If I see Rainmaker, I'm coming for some revenge. I'm keeping my eye out for races that Rainmaker is in. Good run there. That was a exciting finish, too. I thought maybe I'd get a little push at the end and make a comeback. Yeah, I got rugged. You're right, Dan K. I got a little rugged there by Mo himself. Rugged by
That was a
Mo.
great race, though, man.
That was a good
great
race, absolutely. This is going to be a good race, too. It's got Bode Ruby from OEB. I see some people are betting on that horse, and I put my money on Ramsey for this race. And it looks like Moon Beckins has got the most bets on it and is the favorite now. So this is going to be a good one. It's coming up in about 6 minutes, y'all. And Tutberry Stud put out a little bit more information, clarification on that. It says they add the weight so that they can take the allowance weight off, whereas in real life they have absolute weight and take the weight off. So in PFL they do a +4 etc. and then minus the allowance. Got you. Okay, so it's just to make things more fair, and that's kind of has to do with how they do it in the real life, in the real world. Michael Diggs lost.
Right, the real
2K.
world has jockey weight to take in consideration too, but yeah, I mean he is right though. Like, but in stakes races, you'll notice that based on I guess the class of the horse, like you said, like that B plus will have no weight, and if you move up the chain, you'll see it. But the allowance races and anything that has like a requirement, yeah, it's absolutely right. That they have the 4 pounds, and then you'll see if they've only won one race going that that turn, that distance, whatever the requirement is, they can take off 2 pounds. So.
Yep, absolutely. Dan Case pointed out that there was a S-tier horse in that race that didn't do well, and he likes the fact that underdogs can be S-tier horses in the right conditions. You can see where that placed that bet. I bet 200 across the board on the Cheesy Hair horse. I don't think my odds were great, like 6 to 1, but it returned 200 on the show, 200 on the place. She did get second place, and then 0 on the win. So I didn't win anything on that one. Lost another 200, even though I got the correct second place horse. So I don't know. I feel like if I was at Churchill Downs, then it's not how it would have came out. There was a little bit of liquidity in that race too. I guess we need more liquidity to get payouts, Mo. I guess the winners probably get payouts first. People who bet that they win before the place bets would get paid out.
Potentially. I mean, that would probably be something good to maybe XFib tomorrow night. I'm not sure if he's the wagering professional, but he will be coming on and hanging out, like I said, doing some wagering with us and messing around, so that would be cool.
Yeah, that is going to be awesome. It'd be nice to have him on, and we'll have some questions lined up for him. If anybody in the chat has questions, I'm sure he'll be happy to answer those as well. We got about 4 minutes and 45 seconds before the next race. My clock thing, it works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why, but whatevs.
Well, that's good, though. But one thing I will say about that last race, following up on Dane, because that was a handicap race. So if that would have been like a regular stakes race or a grade race, that S horse probably would have smoked everybody backwards. You know what I mean? So.
But that's a spicy rigatoni.
Yeah, whoever the S, your horse probably would have been top tier there too.
So what do you think it was that put your horse over mine? Is it just I had a good run, or is it? Do you think anything in particular?
Let me pull it up again real quick. Who was that, Rainmaker, right? Yeah.
Yep, he's got 5 wins, 5 seconds, and 5 thirds, so that's pretty good. Out of 43 races, probably, 5.62K in winnings. Looking good, Mo. Looking good with the Rainmaker.
Yeah, so that was the handicap race, the handicap stake, right? So, yeah, if you look through the list here, right? Yeah, the B plus had no weight, so he carried 0. He was the baseline, and if you move up the list, me and the other A horses were carrying 2. Blissfully Bull was actually carrying 3. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Blissfully Bull, but he does have a pretty good record here. 6, 8, and 6 out of 36 races. Maybe it has something to do with that. And
yeah, it could have been based on wins, but they don't tell you those requirements here on the stakes races for some reason.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, I only had 4 wins going into that race. It shows you all the updated stats. So
Oh, got
that was my
gotcha,
fifth. That was
nice.
my fifth win. Yeah.
And it looks like he said, Mo was carrying only 2 pounds there. My horse was carrying 9 pounds. The other S tier horse was carrying 9 pounds. And those are the handicap races where you get the pounds added onto you. So that's something to to keep in mind when you're picking out what races to get into. Maybe you don't do well on your horse doesn't do well on races where it's weighted down, and maybe that has something to do with the temper, because the temper is one of, or maybe heart. It has those are some of the stats that come with each of these horses. If you want to look more at those stats, if you're new to it and you haven't seen it yet, you can look at a retired horse and you'll see them start, speed, stamina, finish, heart, and temper. And racing with weight may have something to do with one of these stats, and we don't know. Is that an accurate theory, Mo, to make?
Uh, yeah. So I mean, again, I do my own data collection, and I always like to do my own stuff. But my hypothesis, and I think other people share this too, is it really does seem like, yeah, the temper, I guess, is the amount of variance between like your best run and your worst run. You know what I mean? So how much can they keep their cool and not get, flustered and run a bad race?
Gotcha.
It feels like the heart could be, I call it the Gene Hackman trait from remember the movie Replacements with Keanu Reeves?
Yes, I love that movie. It's been a while.
Gotta have a heart. Gotta have a heart. So I
Okay.
would call it the Hackman gene. But yeah, so I feel like that is like, when you get the other horses around you, right? And it's battling, like how much will, to win that race, I mean? And again, I could be completely wrong on that. I don't even know if they've ever really documented what all these things are. I know it's a lot of, theory crafting in the community. So
And I like that some of the stuff is not known. A little bit of mystery in there. You want it that way, so there's more variance and more research that you have to do to be good at the game. You have to earn your ability to pick the right races and the right horses. Let's go through the names of the horses that are in this race coming up. We got a full pack of 12 horses in the Water Tower Restricted Stakes. It's a 12 furlong long race today. We got the horse that we were betting on earlier was Ramsey. We got a couple bets in the chat on Bode Ruby. So let's see what we got. We got Mezcal from Golden Stables, Trianus from Big Brain Stables, Bode Ruby from OEB. We got Alejandro from Alejandro Stable. Good luck, Alejandro. Shout out to Alejandro in the chat. We got Rainbow Ghost from La Playa Farms. We got Golden Goat Entrance from Soulmate Stables. Ursats from Dane K. Shout out to Dane K in the chat. We got Ramsey from YSM Racing. We got Moon Begins from Hollywood Stables. We got Bo's Apple Pie Guy from Hazy Hills Karma. Eggman from Sleipnir Stables. And then No Chance from the True Stoners Circle. I hope No Chance wins. And then you'd have to change his name or something. All right, everybody. Race is about to start. Good luck if you're in this one. And we'll catch you at the finish line.
Alrighty, race fans, it is an overcast day here at the track, but the horses are at the gate. It's post time here on Photo Finish Live. 12 horse field locked and loaded. And they're rolling here in the Water Tower Restricted Stakes, and it's Eggman from the outside who runs along Trianus on the inside. And in third place, that's Moon Begins, who sits about 5 wide. And in fourth, that's Ramsey, followed by Mezcal. And Golden Goat Entrance is in sixth place here as they head around the clubhouse turn in this 12 furlong affair. And the opening quarter was running 25 and change. They're in no hurry. And it's Moon Begins now who pokes a nose in front of Eggman. And it's Trianus who sits down on the rail. Now looking for the lead. It's Moon Begins and Trianus with an early duel. Then it's Eggman in third. Bo's Apple Pie Guy. I'm hungry. Followed by Ursats in fourth now who passes Bo's Apple Pie Guy. And Bold Ruby is in sixth here. Only about 7 to make up. As they pass the wire for the first time, everybody wave to Moon Begins as he has a length lead over Trianus on the rail. And back in between horses, that's Sats at 100 to 1, riding in third. No Chance sits pretty in fourth, but about 7 wide. And in fifth, that's Mezcal and Bold Ruby still in sixth, and now fading. Look out, it's Ramsey time as Ramsey starts to get rolling here. 3/4 in the books. 114 and nothing changed up front. It's still Moon Begins and Traianus duking it out. Mono A Mono and Ursat's also looking to get involved here. Now with a ground saving trip in between, and it's Ramsey now looking to split horses. He's 5 to 1. And in sixth, that's No Chance, but it's anybody's game here as they make their way on the backstretch. Moon Begins, Traianus. It's been the same since the early going. The new third place runner, here's Ramsey. Insert the coin, new challenger has approached. Ramsey starts to get rolling here in third as they hit the top of the stretch and get ready to head for home now. It's Moon Begins, and he opens up by 3, starts to kick clear over Traianus. Ramsey circling 3 wide now, starting to try to move in the second, but Traianus battles on. Moon Begins also now with 2 lengths, but might be tiring. He might have called it a day as Traianus goes right on by. Traianus on the inside. Ramsey digs deep on the outside. Hold up, snipe from the crowd. Traianus is out of it, ladies and gentlemen. Ramsey in the final 100 meters. Ramsey now with a 2-length lead over Mezcal. Rainbow Ghost on the inside, but not today. It's all Ramsey over Rainbow Ghost and Mezcal.
Shout out to Ramsey with the win there from YSM Racing Club. A horse, the Traianus horse, pulled up, had a nice run going, and pulled up at the end. Got injured there at the end, but my bet my bet came through. Ramsey's the one I betted on. Let's go see if we won anything with that bet. We got another race starting though in about a minute. This is one we bet on as well. Let's see, we got 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's a 5-horse race. We'll check it out. We'll watch it, but let's see if we can find out what type of winnings we got on that last wager. Ramsey bet 200, return 1182. Let's go.
Let's go. See, that's what happens when there's liquidity. See?
There we go. We had enough bets in there that we had some liquidity, and we actually got some wins. We got some profits there. That's what I like to see. All right, we got some bets.
Good job, chat.
Good job, chat. Man, I need me some Wolof horses. I heard that, True Stoner. Let's see. Who did I bet on in this race? I bet, didn't I? Let me check my wagers. Okay, so I bet on Crazy Stiora. 200 across the board on Crazy Stiora, the 5-horse. Yeah, that's the one we were looking at, and it's the OEB racing horse, so I'm pretty confident with my bet here. But I don't know, Mighty Thor's looking good too. Looks like we got some bets in the chat. Some people putting $2 bets. That sounds like what I would do if I was at the track right now. I do a lot of $2
my real life
bets.
betting. Yep.
yeah. I always do $2 exacta bets on 3 horses, and then I'll pick those 3 horses and do like a 50-cent trifecta box on them as well. It comes out to like 18 bucks.
Yep. Yeah, it's only $3 for the 50-cent try box. That's what I normally play.
Yeah.
I played them a little bit different too. I normally key a horse. I'm pretty good at picking winners, so I'll key a horse, put 2 for second, and 3 for third. Usually runs the same.
Yeah, see, I haven't gotten to the whole keying thing or the willing. I need to learn more about that. I hope they add those type of bets. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that with Fib when he gets on the chat on the channel tomorrow. All right, but as for this race right now, it's race time. Good luck if you're in it.
Alrighty. Horses are at the gate. It's post time here on Photo Finish Live. Massive 5-horse field here in the rain. And they're rolling here in the Rio Grande Allowance as Mighty Thor, the almighty one, runs out to the lead, followed by Crazy Satora on the outside. And between horses, that's K Everyday, who rides along in third. Galantel is in fourth, but only a neck over Purple Punch Silver, who rides along in fifth. Only about 3 to make up here as they make their way into the clubhouse turn. And it's Shadow Stable runner here. Mighty Thor shows the way by 3. Opening quarter in 25 and change as they're slopping their way past the wire here for the first time. And like we like to do here, everybody wave to the winner, or the leader if even, to Mighty Thor. And it's K Everyday now who battles up for second outside of Purple Punch Silver. Crazy Stiora rides along in fourth, but now looking for room. And it's Galantal. Somebody wake him up. It's race time. And he's trailing the pack here in 5th place and about 10 to make up. Half mile and 49 and change, and this one's Almighty Thor. The post-time favorite is walking away with this one, but we got plenty of room to go as he takes his way onto the backstretch here. Now opens up by 5, maybe 6 over K Every Day. Purple Punch Silver still with a ground-saving trip on the rail, and Crazy Stetora, nothing changes there, still rides along in 5th. And Gallantal might have actually woken up and starts to push up position here on the rail, but still in 6th and now only 7 or 8 to make up. As we turn our focus back to the leader, 3/4 in 114 and Mighty Thor, here we go. As Mighty Thor with a 4-length lead and K Every Day starts to get rolling here and applies pressure on the outside to the leader. That leader is Mighty Thor, but for how long, we don't know. Just like that now, it's K Every Day who pokes a nose in front. Top of the stretch and heading for home, it's Mighty Thor on the inside. K Every Day on the outside, but Mighty Thor is battling back here as they hit the 16th pole. Mighty Thor digs in as it's going to be Mighty Thor into the final 100, passed by K Every Day. Split splash, it's K Every Day is whooping some ass. It's K Every Day over Mighty Thor and Crazy Satora taking it home.
K Every Day. I'd like to take some post-race analysis on that one. I think that horse was running off of not its preferred track surface, but still was able to get the win on that one. So it must just be a strong horse. We'll go back and look to see if I'm right about that. That's K Every Day from Army Stables, Mighty Thor from Shadow Stables, and the horse I bet on got 3rd. So I'm assuming maybe I got my money back for that 3rd place bet. Here you can see it returned 200 because we're in my wagers. Returned 200 on my 3rd place bet because I bet 200 across the board on that horse. Let me see how long we got before the next race because I know some of the homies are in this one, including me. I think I'm in this race. We got 2 minutes and 48 seconds before the next race. I got my new horse, Lemon Sour Puff, in this one, and some of the homies in the chat are in this one as well. So we'll definitely be checking out. Let's go back. We got a minute, though, and see if we can't check the horses from that last race. Let's see if that horse that won was running on its preferred surface. This was a right turf fast, and it was right turf firm. It was that S-tier horse that was on the right turf soft. It prefers soft, and it was a firm track, and that's why I got 2nd behind an A+ here. Let's see. That's not even the race we were just watching, is it? Let's go back and see if I can.
No, I think we're looking at who was it?
827.
That was K Every Day. Yeah, there was been another race in between that grade 2.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, the Rio Grande.
The Rio Grande. Okay, yeah, it was K Every Day. It was the S- horse, so it's the horse with the highest class. Left turf soft, and this was a left turf soft race. So yeah, it had the right preferred conditions. I think the reason I didn't go for this one was because it was 1 star all the way around. Apparently, it doesn't make too much of a difference because it did all right.
Well, this is what I was talking about earlier, right? So if you look at an S- horse, even like the worst S- horse, depending on the matches on the ticket and stuff like that from the PFPs, their baseline stats are still more than likely going to be better than the A+, especially when they're both carrying 4 pounds. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
But how much is it going to make a difference? A S- versus an A+ carrying the same weight, but the preferences are 1 star compared to the preferences are 3 star across. What is more important, that movement and rating, or the having those full preferences? And I guess this is just one example of where the rating made more of a difference here. It seems like.
Well, it would depend, right? You can't really check the matches on the ticket because K Every Day is a 2-year-old, so is Mighty Thor.
Sure.
You could go back and look at the parents' tickets, right, and see what kind of matches they had. Now, again, we won't see exactly what genes were transferred over, right?
True.
Like we talked about last week with the 0 to 1 to 2, right?
Right.
You know, that S- could have gotten 2s in, speed from both sides of the genetic bloodline, whereas the Mighty Thor might have 0s, right? So even though the A+, it could even be rolling like an A speed, I believe. If it had a 0 speed and no matches, no boost on the speed, I'm pretty sure that could run an A speed for an A+ horse. Yeah.
Gotcha. There's a lot of
Pretty sure.
variables there, so you can't just base it on a couple of different things. You got to take a lot of stuff into consideration when you're looking at the results of races and deciding where to put your horses. All right, guys, we got another race coming up. My horse is in this one. Good luck if you're in it as well, and we'll catch you at the finish line.
All right, race fans, we got another soggy one here on Friday Night Races. Horses are at the gate. They're locked and loaded. And away they go here in the Monopoly Club Stakes, and it's Granddaddy Puff who breaks well from in between horses, and it's Slice the Dice and Crazy Green Fingers who run neck and neck in third, and it's Lieutenant Swift Puff in fourth, and back in fifth that's Acapulco Puff. There's a lot of puffs in this race, and it's Mare 2 who runs along in sixth, but only about 7 to make up here in this soggy affair. I know how you kids like 'em soggy, and it's Granddaddy Puff at 5-1 shows the way, and a break of 2 on the inside. That's Crazy Green Fingers who now actually charges to the lead and sticks the nose in front. And it's Lieutenant Swift Puff in third. Mare 2 also looking for room in between horses and goes into third. Make that second. And even now has their eyes set on the lead. But Granddaddy Puff is now in third. And it's Slice and Dice in fourth, followed by Unplanned Alchemy who pushes up into third. And they get ready to head into the far turn. Opening half in 48 and change. And this field is tight, as Lieutenant Swift Puff now circles 5 wide and takes the lead over Lemon Sour Puff. And now Lemon Sour Puff, just like that, battles back. They're shaking him up and heading for home. On the inside, it's Acapulco Puff. In between, it's Granddaddy Puff. Then it's Lieutenant Swift Puff and Lemon Sour Puff. Puff, 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 pass. It's everybody. What the hell is going on here? It's Acapulco Puff on the inside, but on the outside, it's going to be Lieutenant Swift Puff who takes it home over Acapulco Puff and Granddaddy Puff.
I feel like I got out-puffed in that race.
The hell was that all about? That Soulmate Stables, that's his doing, man. I'm pretty sure that's his barn.
I think all these horses are running from the same bloodline here, the Puff bloodline, including my horse, which was Lemon Sour Puff. And I guess it's a decent bloodline because they came in first, second, third, and fourth. Lieutenant Swift Puff, Acapulco Puff, Granddaddy Puff, and Lemon Sour Puff. Shout out to Soulmate Stables. Soulmate Stables sent me one of my first good horses during version 1 beta. All right, let's get the next one up. It's the Pinion Allowance. It goes off in 12 minutes also. We got plenty of time. We might go back and do some more betting. I think the betting is still open on this one. It looks like we got 2 more races for tonight. The Pinion Allowance and the Pecos Allowance. Brian Murphy gave us some info in the chat. He says, those stars are better on the right preferences, but we don't know how high those stats are, just like Mo was talking about. A+ might have been at the wrong distance. A lot of variables there. What's up, Gus Halligarten in the chat? Let's go. Dr. Strange picked Acapulco to win that one. You were close. You got second. If you went across the board, I think you did all right there. Let's pick a horse to bet on this one. There's a lot of bets in this one. I like to see that. It's opinion.
Yeah, by the way, real quick, though. Sorry. Yeah. I just want to respond before I forget. A lot of times, we might need a Mo Guesses disclaimer here. Because, like I said, that is just from my own research, my own data tracking, how I match up the tickets and the numbers. And I matched it up in V1 too, and I was pretty accurate. So, again, I'm not saying that is, the rhyme and the reason. That's just my opinion. All right, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that makes perfectly sense. We're just trying to learn. That's what the whole point of being into the beta, getting into the project early and learning the project early is all about. It's so that we can make good decisions whenever it's live and we got money on the line. All right, so on this Pinion Allowance we're about to bet on, we got a while before it starts. We got plenty of time. Oh, actually only a minute. We got 1 minute to choose our horse. 8 furlongs is the distance. We are on left dirt soft. We got a left dirt soft here at top. Most of them, maybe not most of them are left dirt. There's a lot of left dirt firms here. I'm probably going to be betting on a soft horse. We got Weather Rug is soft. Rukia 1 are the only 2 soft horses. So since I only have a minute, I'm just going to base my bet on one of these 2. We got Tutbury Stud. We got New York Digital Racing. That's easy because Tutbury is in the chat, and that's all I need. We're going 200 across the board on Weather Rug. I do not mind being superstitious when I place my bets in real life or on NFT horses. If I see a horse that's named something like Bet on Me Vault, I'm betting on that horse. That's like it's speaking to me, no doubt, 100%. It can be the worst horse in the field. It's an omen to me, and I usually lose on those.
Real quick, quick commercial break. I'm being told from our producers, aka me, that if we get enough wagering in the next race or 2 here, that there might be an A horse or an A- going on the market dirt cheap. So get that liquidity up. Might happen.
Let's go. How are we going to do that? How do you want to, and I was also going to ask, how do you want to do a contest tomorrow? Because I think it would be a good idea to do a betting contest for the whole entire stream tomorrow. How are we going to keep track of that? And how do you want to keep track of who wins this A tier horse?
Well, I was just going to say, if we get liquidity in the pool, I will just randomly throw it up.
Oh,
and it's
nice.
first come, first serve.
Who's the
But
best
if this,
sniper?
yep, if this liquidity pool is dead, we're not throwing it up. But it looks like we have some liquidity here, so, you know.
We got 9,200 Derby bet on this race. The wagers are closed. Betting is closed. We got one more race after this tonight, and we might be able to bet on that one as well. Actually, we might not have another race. It has 0 entrants, and entries close in 15 seconds. So this is going to be the last race of the night, y'all. That one's definitely not going to happen. We got the Pinion Allowance, though. We got some bets on it. I picked my horse. We got 9 minutes before it starts. Journey from the Palace in the chat with a super chat. Thank you, my man Journey. I hope you've gotten into this and gotten some horses. Like we were saying, we can help you get them if you need help getting the horses. Tupper's feeling the pressure because I bet on his horse. Oh man, should I snipe this? Somebody better go in there and snipe this. This is a snipe. 50,000 for an A+ stallion. It's retired though. It is retired though, so keep that. You can't bet it, so you can't race it. So maybe it's not a great snipe. You got an A horse just popped up, y'all. Horses are popping up.
Oh, wow. Wow, where did that horse pop up from? That's weird.
Sounds like a Mo
That
horse
is-
there. Somebody was on the
that's
market
awkward.
ready to snipe it. Can you tell? I think you can tell. Is there a way to tell how much I paid for some of my horses? Because I'll show you guys that horses will pop up and some good prices. First one I
I think
sniped.
if you go into Ledger, maybe?
That's probably it. Yeah, let me go down here. Horse
Go to
sold.
your horse and then Ledger, yeah.
Yeah, so somebody listed it for 2,000. I bought it for 2,000 Derby. That S tier cheesy hair horse. That was the snipe of the week. And then let's see how much I paid for a Parkius. A Parkius was 25,000. And so obviously the S tier horse is worth way more, but either one of these are snipes because a lot of the horses that you see are like 100,000, 200,000 on the market. So you able to get an A+ that you can race right now for 25K. I feel like that's worth picking up. But I'm a little bit picky on the ones I'll grab though. I'm not grabbing B horses right now unless, I did grab this one off the market. We can check to see what I paid to. Generational Wealth. The point of grabbing this horse was that it had full 3 stars on all of these. It was a Generation 0 and it was a female, so I could breed it right away. The Ledger, 5,000 is what I paid for it.
You know what I just realized, though, man? If you go retire Cheesy Hair tomorrow, how are we going to get the rematch between Rainmaker and Cheesy Hair?
Oh man, I don't know. I think I'd rather have a a good foal instead. Are you saying I should go ahead and retire her tomorrow and breed her? Do you think I should?
Well, you said you were going to, no? I
Right.
thought
Is
that's
there
what
a
you said.
certain? You said they're by a certain time, so I have time to race her one more time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, by the time she recovers from tonight's race, you'll be able to get a race in tomorrow. And maybe somebody can back me up on this. I'm pretty
I'll
sure you
probably
can
just-
race it and then retire it while it's like exhausted. I don't think it has to be fresh to retire.
I think I'll probably
No.
retire it probably tonight or tomorrow, and we might during the live stream. You might help me pick out a horse to mate it with.
Sure. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Tutberry says he just named a horse. Bet on me, Vault. I'm definitely betting on that horse. Please let that horse pop up when I'm looking to place a bet because it is definitely getting my money. BD Hinder says, who got Mo's horse? It was True Stoner. True Stoner is quick on the trigger. Yeah, good old Bob Baffert got that one. I'm gonna keep my eye on the marketplace while we wait for this next race. We got one more race for you guys tonight. 6 minutes is when this race begins. What do you think about this A+ horse for 50,000? Since it's retired, is it pretty much worthless unless you're gonna try to make money off of trying to breed it, and you probably can't make 50,000 Derby back breeding it? What do you think?
Yeah, I think in V2, I mean, if you have a female and you want to get that male to breed, with your own horses, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, fillies, if you're trying to expand your barn, I mean, you're definitely not going to want to pick up a retired male. Like, again, unless you have the filly. I mean, if you have no horses, and it's a male horse, obviously buy it, race it. Yeah, retired male right now, I don't really see it helping anybody. Again, unless you have the filly.
Oh my goodness, y'all! Am I allowed to snipe these? Y'all gonna put them up? I'm sitting here looking at them. Somebody beat me to it. I would feel bad sniping in front of y'all anyway. But it popped up. A really good horse just popped up for A+. Well, a decent horse, a pretty good horse. A+ for 1,000. Whoever got that, that was a nice snipe. Genuine says, tomorrow, guys, I will seek a better horse for tomorrow. I'm gonna be seeking a better horse every day, looking for some good ones to pick up, no doubt. Every time I'm looking at the market, I'm keeping my eye out for it.
Just to check, Kurt, real quick. How many other people in chat were going to snipe those horses besides Vault?
That's a good question. I know True Stone already sniped one, but he didn't get that one that just popped up. Somebody did. I was going to actually ask you about, because you were talking about if you wanted to pick up a stallion to breed with a particular mare that you already own, so that you own the stallion and the mare. If you do that, do you still have to put the stallion up for breeding like you do on Zed Run, where everybody can breed with it, or is there in-stable breeding? And I saw where somebody earlier said win in-stable breeding, so I'm assuming that's not something you can do.
Hot topic of debate in the Discord.
Yeah.
So apparently, according to the roadmap, the way it was supposed to go is that there was just going to be, you put it on, the market, and you just breed with it yourself. You're basically paying yourself plus the 12% fee, the registration fee for the new horse, right? Then I think somewhere along the way, back in May of last year, or I guess whatever this year, somebody had said in Discord, one of the team members, that they were looking into possibly doing, in-barn breeding, skipping the market. But again, I'm only going by what I see documented in in the actual official stuff. And according to that, you got to put it on the marketplace. So I don't really want to debate what I think is right or wrong with it. But I think it could create some severe imbalance if it is internal breeding. I think that could create a huge problem.
I see what you're saying. So if somebody has like some unicorns, some monsters, and they're way above everybody else, they have to put it on the market so other people have the ability to breed with that horse. Whereas they could, if it was all in stable breeding, they could keep that bloodline to themselves and just really take over all the races. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. But on the flip side of that, because I like to play devil's advocate, right? In real life, you can do, private breeding, right? It's not uncommon. So I don't know. I just feel like early on, having like the inter-barn breeding without having to put on the market would just create some severe imbalance early on. I think it could recover later, but I don't know, man. I just think we're going to need as many, good studs out there as possible to keep the ecosystem, growing as quickly as possible. Because, we saw it this week. We saw it last week. I mean, horse market isn't that great yet. And we're in season 6, right? Been going for 4 weeks now since what? November 7th, I believe.
Right.
So, if this is real life, when the real game is out, man, we're talking, 4 months. This is like the 4-month mark, not the 4 weeks. So I don't know. I think it could create some serious problems, early on. But I also wouldn't blame people for wanting to not, put their $10,000 S horses up for, whatever the market might dictate. So I don't know.
remember this
It's
being
a
a
weird
big
thing.
controversy in Zed Run too. This whole entire thing, it was the exact same sides on both sides. Some people wanted to keep their bloodlines to themselves, and then other people were like, you have to. I mean, the whole entire thing. So I guess that's going to be just a NFT horse racing controversy right there. Something to debate about. Like you said, I can see both sides of the argument for sure. What's up, Enoch Lyons in the chat? Enoch Lion, hit us up on Twitter if you're interested in getting one of these horses. So what we're talking about is whenever this goes live, we're still in beta. This is version 2 of beta. Whenever it goes live, the seasons will be 1 month long instead of 1 week long, which is what they are right now. And we saw how long, even with these 1 week long seasons, it was for horses to start hitting the market that we could afford to buy with our Derby coins. So in order to be a part of the game when it begins, you need one of those NFT horses. Like I have one right now. My A plus horse Swamp Thing is an actual NFT horse that whenever it goes live, I will own and I'll be able to race on day one. So if you want to be able to race on day one whenever this does go live, you have to learn about getting these tickets, which we talked about a little bit last week. We'll probably talk about a little bit tomorrow, so that you have an actual horse that you can race from the beginning. It's probably smart to get a stallion and a mare is what Mo was talking about, so that you can breed. However, I always worry that I'm going to get a bad match and put all my dice on that match right there, and it ends up not being a good pair. Then I've missed out. Let me read the chat. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. BD Hinder says my best horse is going in the Yucca Allowance. Anyone else in there? Check the racing schedule if you guys want to get in that race with BD Hinders. Tutberry says people will put good studs up because they need to recoup money they spent. That's a good point too. You can make money that way. People who spend
We hope.
20K.
We
on
hope,
studs,
but are they
you
going to
know.
want to retire? Are they going to want to retire the first month, you know what I'm saying, of owning that horse? If it's like a $10,000 horse, they're probably just going to want to keep it out and race it, right? So that's my argument on that. But he is right. I mean, I have that opinion too, but I also don't put that much faith in humanity half the time. So that's just my 2 cents.
All right, guys, my money is on Weather Rug on this race. Good luck if you're in it. Here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, final race call tonight. We appreciate you guys hanging out here on Friday Night Races. Vault and Mo. 6-horse field, they're locked and loaded. And they're racing here in the Pinion Allowance. And it's Berlin Heat and Rainbow Mountain who head out 1-2. Followed in third, that's Weather Rug in third, who's on the rail. And it's Rukia 1 who sits in between horses in fourth, followed by Orion in fifth and Up in Smoke in sixth. As they head around the first turn, it's now the Mason Racing runner in green silks. That's the 5-horse at 10-1 Berlin Heat. And they head around the turn in opening quarter in 24 and change. And it's Berlin Heat now who starts to open up by 2. Then it's Rainbow Mountain who runs along in second next to Weather Rug on the rail. And a break of 3, that's Rukia 1 now who still maintains position in fourth. Orion in fifth and Up in Smokes in sixth. Nothing changing back there, but they got about 7 to make up there as they head along the backstretch, opening half in 49 and change. Now Weather Rug decides to pull it and heads up to the lead from the rail. Now it's Rainbow Mountain who fades back to second, but still challenging the leader, only by a half a length. And Berlin Heat now relegated to third, but still has a shot here. As they round the far turn, it's Weather Rug being challenged and pressured on the outside by Rainbow Mountain, the post-time favorite. Oh, and just like that, the announcer cursed somebody in chat, sniped them out, as Weather Rug now skips for home with a 4-length lead. It's Weather Rug now who heads for the dance floor, and it's Orion now on the outside, neck and neck with Rukia and Up in Smoke. It's Weather Rug in 100 meters to go with a commanding lead, kicks clear here in the finale. It's Weather Rug over Orion and Rukia 1. It's your order of finish.
Nice. Weather Rug gets the win. Shout out to Tutbury Stud in the chat. We got a chat winner. Let's go. Good way to finish the night off. Also, a horse that I bet on, which is also good. Thank you, my man, for hitting that. You came through under pressure, and your horse pulled it off, although you got a little bit of assistance there when the favorite pulled up at the end with an injury. Shout out to Tutbury Stud, Weather Rug with the win. Orion takes second, and Rukia with third place. And our final race of Friday night racing, once again tomorrow, Saturday night racing will begin. What would we call it? Saturday at the track. We haven't really came up with an official name for it, to be honest. We might even vote on that, but I think what we
Night
will be
at the
doing,
races, whatever.
we're going to call it Night at the Races, but what we will be doing, and what I want to set up, I find a smart way to do it, or maybe not a smart way, but a way to do it, is have some type of betting contest tomorrow. So whoever wins the most betting on the races during the live streams will win something good, at A horse, at A plus horse. We'll find something good to give the winner, and we'll find a way to keep track of it as well. All right, Mo, great job on calling the races as always, my man. It was great to hear from some of your friends. Who was that? Winnie, or not Winnie? What were the bears that pulled up out of nowhere?
Yeah, it was Yogi and Boo Boo tonight. Stopped in.
They're
Yeah.
so vintage, I forgot about them already. Shout out to Yogi and Boo Boo for showing up. And thank you guys in the chat for hanging out with us. Like I said, we'll be live again. And if you're interested in getting some horses, contact me or Mo Knowz on Twitter. I'm at VB Vault, and we'll try to hook you up. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. See y'all tomorrow.
Peace.